G'day everyone, Heidi, my welcome to the show. It's Monday the 2nd of October and tonight our reporter Simon Shepherd has his brain monitored as he takes pure BZP. BZP is legal, and in a market in which speed, ecstasy, pee and cocaine are all thoroughly illegal, party pills containing BZP are doing big business. How big? Well, it's estimated 20 million. Party pills have been sold in New Zealand over the past 6 years and sales figures are rising. That equates to an average of somewhere in the region of 10,000 party pills being swallowed every single day. But of course Mondays tonight will be much quieter than Fridays and Saturdays unless you're having much more fun than me. So as party pills become part of our ever-expanding social cocktail cabinet, it seems reasonable to ask, what is BZP and what exactly does it do? And now, in more detail than ever, they're questions we can begin to answer, in part thanks to the first clinical trials in 30 years which are being conducted here in New Zealand. Our reporter Simon Shepherd donated his brain to their medical research.
Shall we do this?
This is the lab at Auckland University, where I agreed, in the interests of science, to be one of 26 BZP guinea pigs. My head gets measured, it's average in size.
What's this?
And then a lovely hairnet containing 129 sensors is carefully put in place.
In this particular trial, I'm trying to determine exactly which regions of the brain are affected and whether or not the drug is acting as a stimulant as it's thought to be.
I'm taking part because I fit the criteria. A right-handed male. It's not a compliment.
Males don't multitask, I guess, as much as females do.
Males have less going on in their brains.
A little bit, yeah.
Yes, with less going on, it's easier to notice any changes. So once I'm wired up, it's off for some quality time with a computer.
It's me and my net.
Yep.
Okay.
I do 3 tests, all measuring how quickly I respond without BZP. All the time, my brain waves are being recorded. But I'm being asked not to blink or swallow as this clouds the data.
I think he's doing okay. His data's a little bit noisy, so I think he's probably thinking about something else.
What I was thinking about was not being allowed my morning coffee.
To see if this drug is a stimulant, we have to deprive him of his morning coffee, which has the potential to confound the results. We'll see how he goes in the next round of tests, 3 test tablets. So if you could take those, please.
So you made these yourself?
Yes, so we know exactly what's in there.
Right, so you just didn't get it from the dairy, straight off from the dairy or something? No.
BZP has been called a herbal high because it's been claimed that benzylpiperazine is a derivative of pepper. It's not. It's an artificial compound developed in the 60s for animal parasites.
All in the name of science.
What I'm really swallowing is 250 milligrams of cattle worming tablets.
You didn't sugarcoat them, did you?
Then we wait to see the effects. The Auckland study is one of 2 underway in New Zealand. The Medical Research Institute in Wellington is conducting a trial to examine whether BZP can affect your ability to drive.
Party pills really took the medical community by surprise to some degree, in that they became very commonly used without knowledge of their effects. And it's now, I think last year, 8 million tablets were taken in New Zealand for the year, and we really have very little understanding as to what effects this might have.
Subjects in this trial are not only taking regular off-the-street party pills, but also combining it with alcohol.
15 minutes to enjoy that drink.
A stimulant combined with a depressant, which is how many people take party pills.
Well, obviously they keep you awake, as well as that alcohol doesn't really seem to affect you. You can have 100 beers, not 100, but quite a few beers and a few party pills and you'll be fine, or at least you feel fine.
Back in Auckland, my time is up. And how do I feel?
It's an hour and 5 minutes since I was given what supposedly is BZP, 250 milligrams, and I am cold, a bit chilly, and I'm a bit fidgety, and it's unusual. I don't know, other people can tell me that. We'll see what happens later on. Just about to go back in and do the tests again and see whether it makes any difference. Am I slurring? Right.
quite restless. I noticed he had trouble standing still and holding a sustained conversation about one thing for more than about 20 seconds.
Music? No, you get music in the last test. Your data is quite a lot less noisy than it was this morning.
My data is less noisy.
Yeah, your waves are a lot cleaner.
Oh wow. Well, it's less time on my head.
Perhaps.
With the tests over, the researchers take a 360-degree photo of my head to mark where all the sensors were. Then it's up to computer programs to analyse the brainwaves. Fast forward several weeks, and this is a cross-section of my brain under the influence of BZP.
And this area here is being activated quite strongly, so the drug is actually acting as a stimulant. It's speeding up the time with which you can process information.
Another program shows the part of my brain, this time in blue, that's being strongly affected.
Can we compare it to other stimulants?
You could compare this with, say, a large dose of caffeine or nicotine and possibly some of the other drugs of abuse. It is quite similar to some of the drugs that are commonly abused, but it isn't working in exactly the same manner.
So BZP is a stimulant, but more study is needed so it can be compared to other drugs. And that means more human guinea pigs before scientists can say BZP, safe or dangerous.
Well, one of the most commonly described side effects of BZP consumption is the unpleasantness of the come down, the period when the drug is wearing off. So when Simon came back to work after taking part in the trial, he was talkative at first, although somewhat edgy. In fact, Simon, who was usually a thoroughly relaxed and pleasant person to share an office with, was uncharacteristically short-tempered and grouchy. So a few hours after he got back to work, we asked him to record how he was feeling.
It's 5 hours now since I took the BZP back in the office, and I'm not fidgety anymore and I'm not cold, but I'm definitely not talkative. I'm having a bit of a come down, I've got a splitting headache, and as you can tell, I'm quite grumpy.
Simon Shepherd on the business of being Simon Shepherd under the influence of BZP. Okay, after the break, what it's like to